Hey everybody, Buzzsaw Gaming here, hanging out yet again with Mr. Buzzsaw as he takes off. My retro gaming buddy right there. In the background is Contra 3 on the Super Nintendo, playing on the CRT right there. So awesome, so much fun. Anyways, here to bring you my favorite console by generation. Basically the best consoles by generation 3 through 6. So 3, 4, 5, and 6. I have them all laid out right here. Now some caveats to this. I won't include the first generation or the second generation. Gaming was just getting started. Although there are some awesome games on the second generation, I will start at generation 3. Which seems to be a favorite as far as the beginning of retro gaming, like the really high quality games, and end at generation 6 as the last truly retro generation, in my opinion. After 7th and 8th and so on, it's already modern gaming. So anyways, also keep in mind this is just my opinion. Some guy on the internet with a pet lizard, so your opinion might be different than mine. And you know what? Just put them in the comments down below. What are your favorite consoles by generation? I mean, this was a tough list to do, and yeah, I hope to go over it. And also, I don't have every console, so I'll try and get the main ones I'm missing as well. Anyways, to start off with, third generation right here, the original Nintendo. I mean, so many memories, so many quality games. Just so much, an extensive library, so many franchises started there. Absolutely awesome, the original Nintendo. It's my #1 pick for the best console in the third generation. The original Nintendo. Now, the original Nintendo is the best in the third generation, but there also was a Sega Master System, which I do have some experience with. I played it at friends' houses growing up, and yeah, it had some fun games as well. I just never really got into it. I know all of South America loves the Sega Master System to this day, so it's an awesome system, and it's got a lot of fun games as well. I just think the Genesis overshadowed it. And in third place for the third generation would be the Atari 7800, which I also played a little bit of, but don't have a ton of experience with or don't own either. So anyways, third generation, best console, the NES. Fourth generation. Now this was harder. This was getting harder. The fourth generation is my favorite generation in gaming. Absolutely love it. I mean, there's so many great consoles in the fourth generation. It's just, absolutely amazing. My #1 pick for fourth generation is the Super Nintendo, as it took the original Nintendo's franchises, beefed them up with those 16 bits and just made them awesome. Just absolutely love the Super Nintendo. So much fun. My runner-up is TurboGrafx 16. I was a big supporter of TurboGrafx 16 early on. I absolutely loved it. I love the color scheme. I love the burnt orange accents. I love the hue cards. I love the portable system as well. Just such an awesome system. For me, the second best in the fourth generation is TurboGrafx 16. And the third best in the third generation, in my opinion, is Sega Genesis. I mean, in reality, you could flip these all around. I mean, they're all awesome consoles. These three right here, they're super strong. They all have really good franchises. But just off the cuff, I put Sega Genesis as a third best in third generation. Absolutely awesome arcade games. I love the Genesis so much. I just think it brings so much to the table. It's such a great system. I think arguably Sega's best console ever, in my opinion, again, and absolutely awesome. And the fourth would be the Neo Geo, which I don't have. I absolutely love the Neo Geo. So much fun. Absolutely awesome as well. Just totally unique system. So just unaffordable at the time, and it still is. So anyways, that's the fourth generation. Moving on, fifth generation. My favorite console for the fifth generation is the Nintendo 64. I remember when this first came out. I remember when it launched. I remember pre-ordering Zelda Ocarina of Time. Just absolutely loved this system. So many quality games. At the time, I worked at a video rental store that did movies and video games, and yeah, I was renting out Nintendo 64 games, bringing them home at night when the store closed, and bringing them back in the morning. So I would have all kinds of exposure to Nintendo 64 during that time. Absolutely loved it. A close runner-up. Now here is a PS1 Mini representing PlayStation Original. As I don't have an original PlayStation, I use my PlayStation 2 to play PlayStation 1 games. So that's why I put that here. But anyways, the original PlayStation was absolutely awesome as well. I mean, I didn't think that Sony would be so successful at the time. I had no idea, because there were so many companies that threw their hat in the ring trying to make a console that yeah, I just had no idea whether they would stick around or not, but obviously they did. And yeah, the original PlayStation is absolutely awesome. A lot of computer ports came to the original PlayStation. It was just a simple design, easy to program for. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely loved it. And the third place, if I were to be honest, it probably would be the Sega Saturn. Now I have limited exposure to Sega Saturn, but from what I've seen, it looks like an awesome console. I'd put that into the third spot. And number 4 would be the Atari Jaguar. I absolutely love my Jaguar. If you watch this channel, the best port of Doom, really awesome Alien vs. Predator, Wolfenstein. I mean, it's got really cool, fun games, arcadey games, just that early, 5th generation style that I really like and I do appreciate. And I love the controller for it. It's just so quirky. I remember the huge advertisements, so love my Jaguar right there. So that's the 4th in my opinion. And the 5th I don't have as well, which I have limited exposure to as well, which is a 3DO. I think that would be the 5th best in the 5th generation in my opinion. The 3DO when it came out was really expensive, so I never got one. I didn't gravitate towards it. Really in 5th generation, I was old school even back then. I didn't want to go to the optical media, CDs and all that. So I stuck with Jaguar and Nintendo 64, the two cartridge-based 64-bit systems is what I stuck with, and that's what I enjoy. So anyways, that's my ranking for the 5th generation. And the 6th generation. Now here I have all the consoles. The 6th generation, also an awesome generation of gaming. It rivals a not third, but 4th generation as far as like the best overall games. It's just, the 3D games were better perfected. It's kind of almost like a mix between retro and modern gaming, I would say, the 6th generation. And at that time, I was a big Xbox supporter, and that was my system, and I absolutely love it. It's this chunky beast right here. So heavy, has a hard drive in it, that was new at the time. And Xbox just hit out of the park. I mean, they had awesome games, awesome first-party titles. They also had a lot of Sega games, so it's like, the Dreamcast 2. So a lot of really cool Sega games came to Xbox, and to this day, I mean, most of the Xbox library is relatively inexpensive. So yeah, that's my number 1 pick for the best console in the 6th generation. My number 2 console in 6th generation is PlayStation 2. There's my PlayStation 2 Mini. I mean, just a vast library, just absolutely awesome. I mean, how can you go wrong with the PlayStation 2? You can play DVDs, you can play, PS1 games, which is what I use it for, as well as DVDs and PS2 games. Absolutely amazing library, the Grand Theft Auto games, I mean, Tony Hawk, I mean, Silent Hill, I mean, just the list goes on and on of just amazing stuff on the PS2. Just revolutionary, just, I mean, my favorite Sony console, I would say, is, PlayStation 2 right there. And number 3, GameCube. I gotta say, I wasn't a GameCube fan when it came out. I avoided it. I wasn't into the kiddie feeling of it. I was an adult. I wanted adult games, so that's why I gravitated towards Xbox. But yeah, now that I have a GameCube, It's absolutely awesome. I love it. First party Nintendo games are awesome on it. I mean, Wind Waker is so cool. Pikmin, I mean, it's just got an amazing array of games. Absolutely love it. So cool. And the fourth best console in the 6th generation is the Dreamcast. There I have my black Sega Dreamcast right there. I mean, I don't remember when it came out, but I remember when they were liquidating them, when it was closing time for Sega, and these consoles were going for $49.99. You know, it was just such an awesome deal to have a console that goes on the internet. First one to have a built-in modem. And just the games are just unique. They're just Sega, you know, Dreamcast games are just, you know, truly unique, and I really love it and appreciate that system. So absolutely love it. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of these, I think. I mean, it's just you know, 3rd generation, 4th, 5th, and 6th. I mean, this is the core of gaming right here. It's just so much fun. So many great games. I absolutely love it. Anyways, if you enjoyed the content, you know, leave a message down below and subscribe. And, you know, I really like doing these videos. It's a lot of fun. So anyways, till next time, thank you so much. Buzzsaw Gaming, signing out. I don't know where Mr. Buzzsaw is. I have to go recover him from somewhere. Anyways, have a great day.